And welcome to Grandad's Reviews. Today I thought I'd have a look at the different recording codecs that's in the BlackMagic Video Assist 12G HDR monitor recorder. Now there's different qualities of ProRes that you can actually record on on the recorder. You can record with ProRes HQ, ProRes 422, ProRes LT and ProRes Proxy. What I thought I'd do is record a small clip using the X-T3. It's set to 23.98 frames per second, shutter speed's 48, bitrate's 400. We're shooting in Eterna simulation, and I'm going to record on the camera. Then we're going to record it in ProRes HQ, then ProRes 422, then LT, then Proxy. And then we'll bring them into the computer and see if there's any difference. I'm not going to use the DNX one because there's only one quality that you can actually record DNX in 10-bit, but with the ProRes you've got 10-bit on all of them. So what we'll do is record this small clip internally. I'm also recording it on the BlackMagic. So what we've got is a colour chart here. We've obviously got me, and we've got some things in the background. And what I'm going to do is hold this book out here so we've got some writing in view. So here we have all 4 flavours of ProRes, and even at this normal resolution you can barely see the difference. Now zoomed in, no, there don't really seem to be much difference there. So let's have a closer look. We'll now zoom into 600%, and as you can see the 422 HQ is definitely got a bit more clarity to it compared to Proxy. Now let's compare it to the H.265. Normally it don't look too bad, but as we zoom in, I'd say the ProRes HQ has a little bit more sharpness to it. I think the ProRes HQ certainly looks a little bit sharper than the H.265. So that was all the flavours of ProRes, actually filmed on the Fuji X-T3. So after doing the first part of this video, I noticed a couple of things that I thought I'd like to highlight to you, the viewers, regarding how the ProRes files look compared to the in-camera H.265 in the X-T3. So I'm going to put up the H.265 file shot in Eterna on the X-T3 and the ProRes that I recorded at the same time, just to show you the difference between the two actual files. And also a setting in Premiere that initially threw me and might, if you're not aware of it, be affecting how you colour correct and colour grade your footage in Premiere. So we'll just have a look at those two items as well in this video. So here we have the two files next to each other, the H.265 out of the X-T3 on the left and the ProRes on the right. And as you can see, the colours are quite different. They were both set to a custom white balance, and as you can see the ProRes is a lot more saturated, and it looks like it's not actually bringing over the Eterna simulation with it. So I'll have to do a bit more investigation and let you know what I find. Right, let's have a look at this little setting I found in Premiere that could just trip you up when you come in to do any colour grading or colour correcting on your images. And we've got on screen the H.265 and the ProRes that I've been talking about, where the colours are different. Now your monitor might be different, your setup might be different. With the monitor I use, I can actually switch between different colour spaces, so I can go have Rec 709, sRGB, Adobe Colour, and so I can move around, and also it is a calibrated monitor. So at the moment I'm running on the calibration, but the timeline is Rec 709, and at the moment my display on the top here with the two images here is actually displaying my colour calibrated actual monitor. Now if you go up to Edit, or if you're on Mac, I believe it's on the Premiere button, Preferences, General, and what we've got here is Display Colour Management. Now if we tick that and then press OK, you'll see that the colours change. But what you should be aware of is when you actually export this to put up on YouTube or wherever, it'll export using the colours before that. So the colours it will actually export out will be that. And I think what you've got to do is try this out on your monitor and see how it actually displays in both settings, but be aware that the colours it will render out are the colours that you are displaying when this is off. When you click it on and the colours change, it doesn't render it out as that, it only renders it as the colours with that off. So I thought I'd just highlight that setting in Premiere, so if you're having trouble when you've done your colour correcting and colour grading and then you render it out and you find your colours are changing, it might be due to that. Also I found on ProRes, if you've got it on, the blacks are crushed. You lose a lot in the shadows, and I don't know if this is a problem that people are seeing in the Atomos Ninja 5 on the ProRes there, but I'm certainly seeing it here. If you change that, it does crush the blacks when you've got it switched on. So I think the best bet is for you to try on your own system and to see which works best for you for your colour correcting and grading. Also I'll leave a link below to an article that explains this setting in a bit more detail, and it goes a bit more in depth into it, which might help you out as well. So just check out the link in the description below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. If you want to be notified, hit that bell button. Till next time, see you later.